Greetings, Earth Stars. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm an astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the May 2021 forecast for all 12 signs. And if you've watched my channel before, you know I usually do 12 separate forecasts for each of the signs. And this month I'm trying something new. I'm going to talk about the astrology of May for everyone, and then I'm going to pick a card for each of the 12 signs. And to start with, May 3rd, Mercury moves into Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini. Mercury will be in Gemini through July because Mercury is going retrograde at the end of May. And so during this time, May is going to be very, very social. A lot of talking, a lot of communicating, a lot of texting, a lot of writing, a lot of Zooming. More than usual. Communications are going to be up for everyone. You know, Mercury is the planet of the intellect, and it's how we think and how we listen and how we learn. And Mercury in Gemini is very quick and very talkative and very alert and very clear. And so a lot will be going on. The asteroid Ceres moves into Taurus on May 8th. So this is a very nurturing Ceres. Ceres has to do with motherhood and how we nurture ourselves and others. And so this looks like a time of people really nurturing themselves with, like, you know, food and maybe, you know, indulging in some of the luxuries or the comforts, or you know, also by being in nature and the environment. Ceres and Taurus is a nice placement for Ceres, and that will be May 8th through July 31st. Ceres is in there. Also May 8th, Venus enters Gemini. So Venus in Gemini, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and art and romance and justice. And so depending on which house it's entering in your chart, it will express a little differently, and that's true for all of the planets that I talk about. And that's why it's always good to get a one-on-one reading and understand how these actually go in your chart. But in general, you know, Venus in Gemini is attracted, you know, we're attracted to people who stimulate us mentally. We're attracted to people where we have great conversation. We're attracted to, you know, good storytellers and good storytelling. You know, all the kind of Gemini things. You know, we're attracted to a quick wit. You know, also sometimes with Venus and Gemini, you know, for singles, you know, people can be interested in two people at once, kind of thing. Also, Venus and Gemini can bring up situations with sisters and things like that. Again, it depends on which house, how that would express, which house in your chart. But yeah, so Venus and Mercury being together in Gemini brings is very poetic. It's beautiful words. So that could be songwriting, it could be poetry, it could just be, you know, beautiful expressions, having a way with words, things like that. So that's a nice combination. And then May 11th is the new moon in Taurus. New moons are incredibly rich and fertile soil to plant the seeds of intention that you want to manifest. I do an altar every month on the new moon, and I encourage that for everybody. It's a great way to just be locked into rhythm with the universe and, you know, just steadily manifesting in kind of a very deliberate and mindful way. And the Taurus new moon is about many things. It's about money and resources. It's also about food and crops. It's also about values and self-esteem. It's also about Mother Nature and the environment. So this new moon, we should all be setting intentions around all of those things. You know, God knows that Mother Earth and Mother Nature need our collective intentions. And then depending on which house, Taurus rules in your chart, it would be, you know, a different expression, you know. So if you're an Aries, for instance, it's in your second house of money and resources. But if you're a Gemini, it's in your 12th house of hidden karma. So those are two very different expressions. It's a similar current of energy that's running through, but depending on your personal chart, it would express in different ways. So again, that's why it's always great to contact me for a reading. I read on Zoom. I can read for people all over the world over Zoom. May 13th, one of my favorite aspects of the year, Jupiter is entering Pisces, and Jupiter will be in Pisces for 2 months, May 13th through July 28th. And Jupiter in Pisces has a real Renaissance energy feeling to it. Jupiter is at home in Pisces. Jupiter is only in Pisces once every 12 years. Jupiter is the great benefic. It's the planet that brings blessings and good fortune and expansion and abundance. And Jupiter in Pisces, it's at home, so it's able to distribute its blessings in full and maximum capacity. It's completely uninhibited to do what it does best. And so, you know, again, for the collective, this has a very Renaissance feeling to it. And, you know, the Renaissance, if you look throughout history, the Renaissance always follows the pandemic. And so I'm really looking forward to this aspect. It's one of my favorite aspects of the year. And, but again, it's just May through July. And so really this Jupiter in Pisces is a taste of what's to come in a much bigger and longer way over 2022. And again, this is a really good one to look and see exactly which house it will be in your chart, because you'll really see where you can expect the blessings to come. And again, this year we get it's just a little foreshadowing of what's to come in a much bigger way in 2022. So very excited about that. And May 20th, the sun is moving into Gemini. And so the sun in Gemini is, again, this is a time of socializing, it's communication, it's a lot of talking and writing and storytelling, and, you know, there can be a restless energy moving about, you know, a lot of moving around, and a lot of talking to people for that whole entire month, you know. And wherever Gemini is in your chart, that's going to be a big center of energy for, you know, so for Aries, that would be the 3rd house, you know, but for Gemini rising, that would obviously be in your 1st house, you know. And so it's different, you know, for Sagittarius, it would be in your 7th house. Like, so, you know, if you know your chart, look at the house that Gemini is on the cusp of and know that that's where most of the action and activity will be happening in your May. And if you're not sure about that, again, contact me for a reading. I can walk you through it over Zoom. And May 23rd, Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius. And so Saturn retrograde, yeah. So we're going to be reviewing some of what has been going on for us, you know, since the beginning of the year, with work, with discipline, with boundaries, with the structures in our life, yeah, things like that. And that will be through October. And so, you know, whereas we've kind of been moving forward full steam ahead since December, you know, with certain responsibilities or obligations or work. And again, this is something where you would have to look at where Saturn is in your chart. In that area now, it may be a time where things aren't going to move forward quite as quickly, or where you have to go back and kind of review and tighten up, you know, all the work, just make sure everything has been correctly done before the next moving forward phase. And May 26th is the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And oh yes, May 11th is a solar eclipse. So that's a turbo new start. And then May 26th is a total lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse is a big culmination, you know, coming. And the Sagittarius, again, you have to see where Sagittarius is in your chart to see where that culmination is happening for you. But sometimes lunar eclipses can bring up the shadow in ourselves or in others, which can be shocking at times, but it is for a reason. Eclipses are fateful turning points. And so, yeah, look for the area of your, look where the Taurus Sagittarius axis is in your birth chart, and you can see where there's a fateful turning point that's going to be taking place in May. Yeah. And then finally, the end of the month, May 29th, Mercury stations stations retrograde. And when Mercury stations, that might be that, you know, things will slow down, things might stall, communication may come to a halt, communication may stop. But Mercury goes backwards. Again, it's reviewing, you know, reviewing what was talked about, reviewing what was said, reviewing those letters, reviewing that writing, reviewing, you know, whatever, the communications again. And so that will be happening going into June. And that is kind of the astrological overview. I don't usually do it this way. I'm usually used to saying which house it is for everybody, but you know, you can get a lot from the general overviews. And now I am going to pick a card from each of the signs and tell you what your theme of the month is. And I guess, yeah, I'll just do it one at a time. And I don't know, tell me in comments what you think about this new format. So Aries, yours is the star reversed, and that's basically saying there's something that you're worried about. Don't worry, the situation is going to work out. This is just a test of faith. It's a you know, it's a crisis of consciousness. You know, turn it over. Have faith in the divine plan and the divine order. Everything is fine. It's going to work out. So that's Aries. Taurus, Ten of Swords reversed. You are getting over a completion or an ending of some kind. And you are in that in-between space where the ending has happened. The hardest part of it is over, but the cloud is kind of passing and you're not quite ready for a new start yet, but you are turning around your ideas in a way that is going to be freeing you up in the month to come. And Gemini, death, a big change for Gemini in May. Cancer. So this could be a delay in a proposal around business or finance. It could also be somebody reneging on a business or financial offer. It could also be a man who is being impractical or irresponsible or having financial concerns. Leo, Three of Wands reversed. You are waiting for a success or an achievement. You are waiting for your ship to come in. It is on the horizon. It is on its way. There is a little bit of a delay in the timing, but the success or the achievement, it is coming. And Virgo, the Devil reversed. So you were coming out of a situation of bondage, something that had you tied up or constrained. You were going to be experiencing some freedom or liberation from. Libra, your vision is coming to life, but not quite in the way you expected it to. This could also mean delays in international travel or relations. And Scorpio, King of Swords reversed. So this shows that a man is vacillating about something, or perhaps he's holding back his words or thoughts about something, or at worst, he's being deceptive. Sagittarius, Two of Swords. This is a communication thing with another person. Somebody is maybe not revealing their true selves or their full selves, their full intentions, their ideas, their words. Maybe two people have come to an impasse in communication. And Capricorn. Looks like a good partnership, strong partnership for you in May. Aquarius. You are clearing up a conflict in May. Clearing up a conflict or a struggle. And then finally, sweet Pisces, Ace of Wands. So a delay in a new start. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's just delayed. So this could be a job offer that you're waiting for. It can be an invitation that you're waiting for. It can be a new beginning of any kind, but it is a little delayed. And so that is the overview for each of the signs. And I'm going to take a photo of all of these cards and post it in my stories. But you can look at the cards for your sun, moon, and rising and put the three of them together and have a pretty good idea of what to expect in May. And that was fun, trying a different format this month. Thank you for joining me. Have a great May. Please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.eliannicole. Please like this video if you liked it, or don't like it if you didn't like it, but I hope you did. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please share this video with others. And please give me feedback in the comments about this format versus the other format. And yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful May.